Okay.
Hi guys, welcome to my kitchen. On today's episode of Top Chef, no, I'm kidding.
No, that was not it. That was not.
Anyway, today we're going to be doing a little kitchen chemistry lab to learn about limiting reactant. I have just a bunch of household materials here. Baking soda. I'm using a half teaspoon instead of a scoopula because I don't actually live at school, contrary to popular belief. I've got my measuring cup, and I've got this really awesome vinegar. Rachel, do you know what the chemical formula for vinegar is?
No.
Oh, it's acetic acid, HC2H3O2, and baking soda is our good friend sodium hydrogen carbonate. If you look below, I added the chemical reaction for you to see, but we're going to predict the products. We're going to see what happens when we mix baking soda and vinegar. Now, Rachel, you probably know what happens when we mix baking soda and vinegar, right?
I would like to say that I do, but I don't remember high school, so.
Okay, what do you do to make a volcano in like elementary school?
Baking soda and vinegar.
Okay, so we are expecting something to, what, bubble? Blow
Explode.
up? Explode?
Erupt, one might say.
Maybe? Okay, well, we're not going to get too messy here, mostly because I don't want to have to clean my entire kitchen again. So we're going to contain...
Again?
Yeah.
You've done this before.
Don't worry about it. We're going to contain our reaction in this super scientific soda bottle. Yes, I'm back on my soda kick. Don't attack me, okay, children? I'm also going to use a balloon. Rachel, when I do this reaction, I'm going to put the balloon over the top of the soda bottle. Why do you think I'm doing that?
So that it doesn't come out of the soda bottle.
So that what doesn't come out of the soda bottle?
The reaction. The bubbles. The vinegar. The anything.
Something, right? Something is going to be produced, and I want to make sure that it stays in the bottle. So if you're following along on your data table sheet, trial 1 has 1 scoop of baking soda. So like I said, a scoop is a half teaspoon, and 125 milliliters of vinegar. So I'm going to go ahead and measure that vinegar out right now.
I feel as though that's a lot of vinegar.
125 milliliters. I know we're not in the lab and we're not using grad cylinders, but I should still use good measuring technique, right? Getting on eye level with what we're measuring. And then I'm going to go ahead and mix it. Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you hear?
Fizzing.
Fizzing? Oh. I'm shaking it up just so that I can make sure no baking soda was getting stuck, at the bottom of the bottle. What's happening with the balloon?
It's full of air.
Is it full of air?
Megan.
We're going to get a little bit more specific about that. Don't worry about it. Rachel's not in chemistry class right now, so she doesn't need to know what's in this. But if we look at that chemical reaction, we should see that the gas being produced here is carbon dioxide. All right, it looks like our reaction is pretty much done. Make sure that on your data table you drew an image of how inflated this balloon got. I also want us to take a look at the bottom of the bottle. Do we see any more baking soda in here? Looks like a completely clear solution to me. If I shake it, I do see some bubbling, which is evidence that there is still vinegar in the bottle. More evidence that there is still vinegar in the bottle. I'm gonna deflate this, so make sure you got a good observation. Ooh.
Yuck.
It still really smells like vinegar. So this was flask 1. I would say a medium height on this balloon here. Still a pretty strong vinegar smell.
Yuck.
Trial 2. This time I've got 2 scoops of baking soda in my soda bottle, and I'm going to add 100 milliliters of vinegar. Looks good. So, go ahead and see if you can make a prediction. What do you think is going to happen? I'm using more baking soda but less vinegar. Do we think the balloon is going to inflate more? Less? Let's find out. There we go. Again, I'm shaking it up just to make sure that the reaction is really going and that I'm not getting a lot of baking soda stuck on the bottom. I'd say this balloon is inflating a little bit more than the last one. Rachel. All right. I think I've got all the baking soda from the bottom. Still reacting. You can still sort of hear it fizzing. All right, when we hear fizzing or see bubbling, that's evidence that a gas is being produced, which is pretty obvious because I've got a blown up balloon here. I think this reaction is pretty much over. Again, if I shake it, I still see some bubbles, which is evidence that not all of the vinegar has reacted. The problem with this reaction is that one of the products is water, and it's pretty difficult to tell water from vinegar apart in a closed bottle because they're both clear solutions. So we have to go on the bubbles and on the smell. So again, make sure you got a good observation of this balloon here on how much it was inflated. There is no baking soda in the bottom. It still smells a little bit like vinegar. Not much, but a little bit. All right, trial 3. This time I have 3 scoops of baking soda, and I'm gonna add 75 milliliters of vinegar. It smells really gross over here. Yep, that's the vinegar. Okay, so again, I've got 3 scoops of baking soda and 75 milliliters of vinegar. Oh, shoot, I ripped my balloon. I have to redo this trial.
Party foul.
Yeah. Oh, this is not going well, guys. I'm gonna have to get another bottle and another balloon.
You could have just put a new balloon on.
No, because too much of the gas had already erupted. Good thing I have a backup. Okay, so new bottle, new 3 scoops of baking soda. And I believe it is again 75 milliliters of vinegar. All right, maybe I should have cut my nails before I did this.
Probably.
All right, trial 3, take 2. There we go. Give it a good shake. Got a lot going on in here. I'd say this reaction looks a little bit cloudier than the last 2, so far at least. Sure you're getting good observations of the balloon. Oh, looks like we're slowing down here. What do you see?
What do I see?
Mm-hmm.
Not a clear solution.
Okay. Not a clear solution. What does that tell you? What's stuck in the bottom here? Hello, camera.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to see. Oh.
Do you see that?
Oh, the baking soda.
Yeah, there's some baking soda still left in there unreacted.
Is that why the balloon isn't bigger?
That is why the balloon isn't bigger. What we have here is, even though I'm shaking it up, really trying to get that baking soda to mix, I don't think I added enough vinegar to react with all of the baking soda that I had. It's just a little bit, just enough to make this solution cloudy, but I don't think that the ratio was in our favor. I think I had extra baking soda in this time, when before I had extra vinegar. So,
the more you know.
Yeah. Make sure you get a good drawing of that balloon. Let's see if it smells like vinegar. Doesn't really smell like vinegar. It smells like not water, but it doesn't really smell like vinegar. Yeah, and you can see if I set this here, that baking soda will start to collect in the bottom, and I'll have a clear solution on the top again. All right, let's see what happens with trial 3. So this time I have 4 scoops of 4. Is that what I said?
You said trial 3.
Oh, trial 4. Oh, sorry. Okay. Trial 4 scoops of baking soda. And I'm only going to add 50 milliliters of vinegar. So, Rachel, what do you think is going to happen?
Nothing.
Nothing? There's still baking soda and vinegar in there.
It's going to fizz, and that's really about it.
It's going to fizz a little bit. Okay. Let's see.
The balloon's not going to get that big. Oh, so literally exactly what I said would happen.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nice
cool.
job. What do you see down there at the bottom?
Well, I can smell the vinegar, but I think it's because of that.
Yeah, probably.
But that is one freaking cloudy solution.
Hey, this is a school video. Let's keep
freaking.
All right. So yeah, I would say this solution is really cloudy. If I let it sit for, a minute, probably I'd see a lot of accumulation of baking soda in the bottom. You can already see, if you can get a good shot of the bottom, that there is a lot of baking soda unreacted. And if I shake it, you don't see any fizzing, which means that vinegar is pretty much all gone. All right, one more trial. Oh wait, let's see if it smells like vinegar. Not really. My fingers smell like vinegar.
Cute.
But nothing really from here. Kind of a balloon smell. All right, one more trial. Last one, trial 5. I have 5 scoops of baking soda, and I'm going to add 25 milliliters of vinegar. Okay. Here we go. We do hear some fizzing, so a reaction is happening.
You look so bummed.
Well, it worked exactly as I wanted it to. I'm just bummed because I wanted to see a balloon blow up really big. You'll notice that when I shake it, the solution is getting stuck to the sides of the bottle, and we didn't really see that in previous reactions. Rachel, why do you think that is?
Because it's basically just wet baking soda.
Yeah, it's basically just wet baking soda at this point. Really, really white mixture there at the bottom. Lots of baking soda stuck in those crevices.
Crevices, what a gross word.
And yeah, that's our 5th trial there. I don't think we're going to get anything else out of this. Again, I'm shaking it. I'm not seeing any bubbling. I no longer hear any fizzing. So I think this is it for trial 5. Make sure you get a good drawing of this balloon. I'm going to go ahead and take it off. It smells kind of like baking soda.
That's so weird.
Yeah, weird.
Smell like baking soda.
All right. So that's what I have for you. Thank you for I don't know, helping me not destroy my kitchen, Rachel.
Yeah.
And thank all of you at home for joining me on this kitchen chemistry lab. If you want to try this at home, it's pretty straightforward. I used recycled bottles. I did have to buy balloons, but they were $1. It is not a requirement that you do this at home. Do not go to the store and buy balloons unless you are already going to the store. Remember, we do have a stay-at-home order in place for who knows how long.
So stay home.
Yeah, stay home, stay healthy, and email me with any questions that you have. I will see you guys next time.
Don't forget to wash your hands.